5, Section 5 deals with individuals leading to the cause, course, and consequences of the Civil War. So let's talk about that. Probably one of the most important individuals that played a large role in one of the causes of the Civil War was John Brown. John Brown was from Missouri and had taken part in the Bleeding Kansas fiasco. He and his sons had run up on pro-slavery men at a place called Pottawatomie Creek in Missouri and had tied them up, and then John Brown had taken a short sword and chopped their hands off. John Brown was a radical. A radical means someone who has very strong beliefs about a particular issue, and his issue was the abolition of slavery, and he wanted to see the immediate emancipation of all slaves. In his process of doing this was to start a slave rebellion. So he comes back east with his sons, and they assault an arsenal in West Virginia at a place called Harper's Ferry. It was a place where the federal government stored ammunition and stuff. He and his sons hoped that if they could take this arsenal, then this would lead to a slave rebellion because the slaves would be armed. It resulted in 7 people getting killed, and 2 of his 3 sons were killed in the assault. Brown was wounded badly, and his other son was wounded badly. Brown was captured by Robert E. Lee, who was leading a United States Army group, and they brought him back to Washington, D.C. He was convicted of treason against Virginia, and he was hung. The thing that you need to know about John Brown is he became a martyr. A martyr is someone who dies for a cause, and he probably was more important to the movement of abolitionism dead than he ever was alive, because people pointed towards his death and the radical nature of it, and for some people understood the degree of how bad slavery was, and a lot of people who were apathetic or sitting on the fence as far as the slavery issue joined in and began to become abolitionists. Another important individual that played a role in the cause of the Civil War is Dred Scott. Dred Scott was a slave whose master took him into free territory and died. Well, Dred Scott had become literate with friends of his, and they researched and figured out that he should sue for his freedom. Well, he lost in the lower courts, but he continued to appeal until it went all the way to the Supreme Court. He sued for his freedom, and in a split decision of the Supreme Court with the Chief Justice breaking a tie, this Chief Justice was from the South, his name was Roger B. Taney, it was found that Dred Scott did not have a right to sue in the Supreme Court and in federal court because he was not a citizen. And so basically what you need to know about the Dred Scott case is that it upheld slavery. And this, along with other things, really angered the abolitionists. This concludes Unit 5, Section 5.